Hello, it's Daniel here from the 5G Gaming Guru. In this video, I will do the farming guide. I'm standing here at the farming patch in Catherby. I've shown you the farming patch in the Catherby videos nearby the lodestone, so you should be able to find it easily. It's just north of the bank. I will begin this video by emphasizing the need for organization because there are the farming and the next one will be on construction. There are a lot of items that you will need organized in order to succeed at getting these skills started. So let me start by showing you the farming shop, and I will show you how to organize to begin farming. Farming started in Runescape in about approximately 2005, and I've helped uh, dozens of people start their farming, or people would tell me that, oh, farming is really slow. Yeah, it's true. It could be slow, it could be fast, depending on how you do it. So I'm going to show you how to organize this at the beginning so it works better for you. And some tips to speed things up as we go. First thing is the farming shop. The farming shop in Catherby is Vanessa. It's right next to the farming plant. You need to begin by purchasing a rake, seed dibber, secateurs, spade, gardening trowel, and some watering cans. Uh, yeah, these are on the tool belt. The 5 items are on the tool belt, not the watering can. At the minimum, buy the watering can, but I'll show you why in a moment. Why I ask you to buy all. These are cheap: 6 coins, 5 coins, 3 coins, 12 coins, and 8 coins, respectively. Just do something for the, uh, it's less than 100 coins for everything. Uh, Pick pockets of guards. I'll do a thieving video. You can see how to do that. Just generate income in some way and get these. Then I also suggest as soon as possible buying buying some compost and as many buckets as you can, and then scroll down and some plant cures. All right, so uh, I'm gonna then I already bought this stuff before I started the video so that I can be ready to show you what to do. So I'm gonna go now up north back to the farming spot and where it says tool leprechaun, and then exchange and deposit the rake, the seed dibber, the spade. Make sure it deposits. Sometimes it doesn't recognize the gardening trowel, the secateurs. Deposit the buckets. Will hold 255 buckets, and it will hold 255 compost. It will hold 2,000 super compost. I will be showing you in this video. I will be showing you how to make super compost for free, so it won't cost you anything. Uh, you'll need buckets to put the super compost in, but then once you have the buckets, you could just recycle them, reuse them. Uh, Anyways, and then there's this one called Ultra Compost. There is a player on farm. I'm trying to remember. It's a new mini game. You can grow animals, and so one of the animals. There's no other way to say this. The droppings of those animals into the compost bin will make the ultra compost. One particular animal. But that's beyond the scope of this video. I'm just showing you that the ultra compost exists. The difference between the super compost and the ultra compost and the regular compost helps the plants grow uh, and less chance of dying. The super compost does a better job of it, and the ultra compost helps the crops grow successfully very quickly. So that's the difference between these three. If possible, you want to use the least super compost in everything you grow. The plant cures, I can only put a maximum of 255. If the plant is diseased, then uh, you can get on a plant cure and use it on the plant, and it will continue to grow normally. If it's dead, then you need something called miraculous treatment, which I need to. I found these in Grand Exchange. I am unclear at this point as to where to acquire these other than Grand Exchange. I will have to add to this in a future series. Um, at some point, they allowed us to put planks in here. I have to again clarify. I remember using them at some point. So, just so you know that there's a plank storage in here. All right. So I'm gonna actually get out four of these ultra compost. I'll be using those in a moment. All right. The plant cure you would use, and then click on a spot. And then it would heal the plant. The miraculous treatment again use, and then click on the spot, and it would bring that uh, crops back to life. So that was good. I'm at my max super compost, so I'm gonna put these in the bank. So for to start, the bucket that you get from the shop, you need to go all of these allotment the four main allotment patches. They all have a shop and a sink nearby. So fill the sink, fill the watering can. So now I have a watering can with capable of watering 8 crops. Right, so that's something that you'll want to do when you get started. So after you have your leprechaun filled up as best as you can, I know these things get expensive. Uh, as best as you can from the shop, everything you can to fill up the buckets, the compost, and the plant cures. Uh, the the plant cures, buckets, and compost may take time to fill up, but at least put in what you can for now to get it started. Trust me on this one. I've helped a lot of people to start their farming, and people who have struggled with farming and they cannot seem to get their farming going very fast. And the first thing I would do is help them fill this up and teach them how to use their leprechaun. So please just organize that so that you can take advantage of that. So I'm going to show you how to start the plot now. The allotment plot is one side and one on the other side. Those are for things like potatoes, onions. Later you'll have sweet corn, tomato, watermelon, and at some point you can do snake grass. The snake grass will be for herb to make potions. You can make prayer potions as a secondary. I'll show you that in our herb video. When we get to that, I already have that presentation set up, but that's a separate video. So here we go. I will do the allotments now. So I will start by clicking on the allotment. It will rate the allotment. Uh, if for some reason you do not have, it does not do that, then you will need to get, I recommend you get a second rig, seed dibber, secateurs, second set of tools and add it to your tool belt. Uh, so that this way at least you have one set in the leprechaun and one set on your tool belt. That's that would work best just in case. There are a lot of glitches in the game. It's best to have a spare on hand in a leprechaun. All right, so I've rigged the spot. I'm gonna use this super compost on the allotment. So now it's ultra compost I just used. You can use super or regular compost when you're starting. Then I use the potato seeds on the allotment. And then, assuming that I filled my water can, I now have the option to water it. So I click on water, and then that's watered. That now goes from 8 to 7 because I watered that. And then I move on to the next spot. Here is the other allotment, and I repeat the process. So I click on the ultra compost, or on the super compost, or on the regular compost. I already have a level. Right, and then I use the potato seeds on the allotment, and then I water the allotment, and now this one's ready. All right, the flower patch, I can use things like marigolds, rosemary. Later, I can grow limpwort root. That's also an herb supply. You can make strength potions with that. So that's something that's helpful for later on when you're training your herb skill. You can also, of course, always buy the secondary. You can always buy the secondary supplies from the Grand Exchange, but you have that option. So I'm going to use the marigold seed now on this flower patch, right? Noting that I just forgot to ultra compost that, so I'll have to see if that um, we'll have to see if that survives because I forgot to do that. Water the marigold, and then I'm gonna go over here to the herb patch, and then remember, use the compost. All right. Of course, I can always use the miraculous cure later and bring it back, but then you have to wait again for it to grow. So I just composted it. I'm gonna use the Guam seed on the herb patch. And then the herbs do not have a water option. If I try to use the watering can on it, it doesn't let me. So that's the one patch you don't need to water. And then at this point, you can put your. I can put the extra ultra compost back in there. I can put my watering can back in there, but at some point I will want to refill that because now it's at 5. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to use this compost bin. I told you that I'm going to show you how to use to make super compost. Uh, you could use the weeds on the compost bin, and then you will get regular compost. You will get. Let me open up the leprechaun again. You will get the regular compost for free, but you need buckets. The alternative. Let me go to the bank. I prepared this for you so that you can see how to do it. And then I will show you how to take care of that. So the farming tab, I set this up here. I'm going to put my extra buckets in my bank. I'll deposit my weeds. I have an extra plant here. I have some extra super compost that I had out. Alright, so I'm going to get out 15 pineapple. 15. And you can get these for free. I'm going to show you where to get them. So 15 pineapple. And then you're going to click on one of the pineapple, use pineapple. Then you're going to click on the compost bin, 15. Right, so it's putting in one at a time. It would be nice if they made an update in this game that I can put all 15 at the same time. Grab the bag, dump it. Okay, that seems more realistic, but it makes us put one at a time. So that's just the game. Deal with it. Uh, Alright, so the compost bin will have a close option once it is full. So I'm going to click on close. Alright. Now these crops now will take a while to grow. Alright, so you at different stages it will allow you to water them again, which I have to get out my watering can. So now I can water them again if I want to. Uh, so here we go. I'm watering them again. You have the option to do that. I'm just showing you that you can. You can just let them be. If they end up dead, then you can always get some the options to bring them back, or if they're diseased, you can use the cure for that. I'm going to refill my watering can. Right. So, all right. I have. I'm going to show you. I already planted a few on one of the other locations, so that you have the option to see these already run. So I'm going to bring you there, but uh, before I do that, I want to show you where to get the pineapple for free. Right. So home teleport. You go to Karamja, and if you don't have the Karamja lodestone unlocked, please see the video on the lodestone network. So here I am at the Karamja spot. Alright, so that's part of Tabiwano. That's there's a quest and a mini game, repeatable mini game. And if I scroll around this side, here is the pineapple. So I'm going to pick 6 pineapple, 5, right, 5 pineapple. There's another one here. So now I have 10. There's 5 more here. And these take a little while to grow back, so you can just make several trips here. So you will need to make several trips to in order to avail of enough pineapple to fill your leprechaun. Oops. Alright, I didn't mean to attack them. Let me see if I can get away. I think it'll let me get away. We'll see. Alright, so I now have 25 pineapples. Alright, and then here is the one of the house portals. So if you when you start your house, you can move your house to Brimhaven and import in here, and you can start picking up the pineapples, or you can use the lodestone. It's up to you. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the next spot. Let's see, I have to deposit these first. Let me go back to Catherby and deposit it, because there was not a bank near the next farming spot. Alright, and I'm going to get out 15 buckets, because I'm going to show you how to get out the super compost from there. Alright, so the next spot, there's 3 spots. There's Draynor, Falador, and Port Sarim. It's debatable whether Draynor or Port Sarim is closer. Somebody can time that from both locations, and you can post it below. And let me know what your which one was faster. But I'm gonna go to Port Sarim. Falador's portal seems to be further But again, if somebody wants the time to run from each, you're certainly welcome to do that and post your results. Um, if you come up with a conclusive answer for each, then uh, that's fine. Uh, there's always someone's always finding faster ways to do things, so please have an open mind. That right. So in this location, I have already. This is a separate farming location, just like the one in Catherby. This location is south of Falador, north of Port Sarim, and west of Draynor. Alright, so from this map, Draynor looks closer. So again, somebody time it. You can post it below. Uh, anyways, I already have potatoes grown in both of these batches. I have marigolds grown, and I have um, uh, these herbs are the Guam seed I planted earlier. I also put 15 pineapples into the compost bin. These should be ready now, so I'm going to open the compost bin. If it's not ready yet, it will tell you that in the dialog box here that it's not ready yet, but it did open, which means that it's ready. And then I can use my bucket on the compost bin, and I will start filling the buckets with super compost. Alright, so you'll see if you examine the super compost is worth 2,239 coins on Grand Exchange. And you got the pineapples for free by picking them in Karamja. At the that lodestone spot. So for free, you just made 15 buckets of 2,239 GP. So you can, in theory, you can farm pineapples all day. Uh, Put them in your compost bins, and then empty them into buckets when they're ready, and sell them on Grand Exchange. And that, if that's all you ever do with the farming skill, you can make a lot of money with it. You don't need to do anything else to raise the skill. You can just do that all day, and you will raise it slowly, but you'll make a lot of money from it. Uh, for new, uh, if you're already an advanced player, that's very small money. But if you're an advanced, if you're a new player, that's a lot. So, alright. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to go. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start harvesting the potatoes, and I'm going to show you how to harvest these with a small amount of space. So, so uh, you'll see I have 10 spaces here. And my 10 spaces fill up, and I ran out of inventory space. So what now? Do I drop the potatoes? Do I run back to the bank? What do I do? No. No. You don't have to do any of that. Use the potato on the leprechaun. Okay, now you have 10 potato notes. Now I can go ahead and I can go back to harvesting. Alright, and there was one more potato in there, and now the patch is empty. So I'm going to go ahead and use my super compost on here because that's what I have available. I just got 15 of them for free. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is the weeds glue back in, so just be prepared for that. So you may have to rake it again. Sometimes they go very quickly. And then I have some onion seeds here, so I'm going to show you onion now. Alright, so I've just planted onion. I'm going to water it. Okay, I need my watering can, so let me note that one potato. I'm gonna get out my watering can. Now I can water the onion seed. Right. So now I can go over here and harvest the other potato spot. All right, and then I'm going to use the super compost on the allotment, and then I'm going to use the onion seeds on the allotment, and then I'm going to click to water the onion seeds. Right, then I will note my remaining potatoes with leprechaun, and then I will pick the marigolds. Then I will super compost the flower patch, and now I'm going to plant a rosemary seed. Right, and then I can water the rosemary. Um, then I can pick the herbs. And then these are Guam herbs. Right. Then I'm going to use the super compost on the herb patch. And then I will use the Guam seed on the herb patch. And then once again, it will not let me water that. So that's, I'm now all set for here. Optionally, I could go to a bank and then come back here and get 15 more of pineapple, put them in here. I'm not going to do that right now because you already know how to do it. I'm going to move on now. The next spot that I have planned for you is Ardougne. Alright, and there is a bank near Ardougne. So I'm going to bank first because I need my backpack space and I need to get the next round of seeds. So depositing that, all of these. Right, the Guams actually went into a different pile because I'm going to show you herb in another video. I'm going to show you construction in another video. And then we're going to get summonings started in another video. But for now, this video, the next set of seeds for the allotment is cabbage. So I'm going to get out 6 cabbage. Alright, and then the next set of flowers is after Marigold and Rosemary is actually Nasturium, but Nasturium is level 24, and I'm level 15 right now, so I'm actually going to get another Rosemary out. Alright, and then I have here Guam. Guam is level 9. And Marrentill is level 14, and I have level 15. So I'm gonna go ahead and do some Marrentill. I'm gonna plant that now, and then I have my watering can, which has 5 waterings left in it. So I'm gonna do that now, and then after that I'll show you the hops. I'll show you bushes. And then I'll get some trees. Actually, I'm gonna get some trees started now. How many trees are we gonna do? How many trees will we do this time? Let me look. We have Lumbridge tree, a Varrock tree, a Falador tree, Taverley tree, and then Gnome tree. So I'm gonna do 5 trees for you. So I'm gonna start the 5 trees for you now. The acorn will make oak trees. Alright, so plant pot. So I'm going to use the acorn. I'm going to do 5 oak seedlings. Alright, so these are all done. Then I'm going to water 5 oak seedlings. Alright, so let me leave these in my inventory. In a little while, you will see these turn into saplings, which will be ready to plant. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start my way over to the farming spot. Here is the lodestone. Here is the, right next to the lodestone is the animal farm, the player-owned farm, animal farm. You can speak with Granny Potterington to start that minigame. It's a farming minigame. And you can have your own animals. You can go chickens, cows, dragons, quite a few animals, yaks. Uh, extensive list of what you can do. Again, that's beyond the scope of this video. Otherwise, I would have one of these all-day deals, which. Alright, so what was I getting from here? Okay, I'm looking. This is the farming shop up here. There was supposed to be a water around here. They changed the layout of this. In the old farming shop, there was a place to fill my can. So, uh, as of now, I don't see where the spot is. Somebody can find the new Ardougne watering spot and post it in the comments below, so that can be helpful. Oh, wait a minute. I see water on the map. They changed the game so much. I told you that in previous videos. So, well. Alright. So the well is at here at in front of the minigame. We answer that one quickly. Alright, so I have in here prepared for you. Here's the rosemary that I planted. Here are the onions that I had planted, and Guam. Alright, so I had these planted earlier so that they would be ready for this video. So we wouldn't have to wait around for 2 hours or an hour or however long. Each crop is different. So we wouldn't have to wait around all this time for them to grow. So this video can be a little more succinct. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use for Ultra Compost. Again, I showed you how to get the compost for free. You can use weeds, or you can use some of your vegetables or herbs to make regular compost. In the compost bin, you can use pineapple, and I believe watermelon, and there's other items that will make super compost. You can get the pineapple for free. I purchased Ultra Compost for this video so I can make the crops grow faster, so I can do a more fluent video for you. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead now. I've shown you in the Catherby spot and in the south of Falador spot how to do it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do cabbages, the 2 allotments. I'm gonna do rosemary here in the flower spot, and I'm gonna do Marrentill in the herb spot. And for your information, I've shown you Spirit Tree in other places. For example, there is one in Draynor. There's one by the Grand Exchange. I did not see here before, so I believe this is a new Spirit Tree pouch. So just for your information. Alright, so let me go ahead and get this spot. Alright, the weeds go in, so let me rake it again. And then composted already. Cabbage seeds. Alright, try to pay attention when you're doing these because the onion has an eat option, so you need to right click and use it on a leprechaun. And then pay attention to make sure that you composted. Not really required, but it does help. And you get experience for it because you've seen me level twice now from composting. It also helps the farming products grow more successfully, higher yield, you get more items, less disease, less death, more chance to succeed. So, it's a better idea to go ahead and compost them. Right click the onion, use it on a leprechaun, note that, pick the rosemary, use the ultra compost, go in with the rosemary. Alright, pick the herbs. You can pick your herbs, but you cannot pick your nose. Sorry, that was disgusting. Bad humor again. Please disregard that. I just got 17 farming, and also my oak saplings grew. I told you that they would grow, and here they are. So we'll be using that in this video. Ultra compost, the herb patch. Use the Marrentill seed on the herb patch. Alright, and then water the cabbages. Water the rosemary. And water the other cabbages. And I'm going to go ahead and refill my water container here at the well. Well, I'm refilling my water. Sorry, a bad pun, just disregard that. Back to the bank. So the Ardougne spot and the Catherby spot both have nearby banks. My Marrentill's went on top of the herb piles. I'll go back to my farming tab. Deposit my weeds, deposit my onions. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is hops. So I'm going to do for you barley. I'm going to do for you Hammerstone. I'll do for you Asgardian. Jute plant is 13 and I'm 17, so I'm going to do for you Jute also. I'll put those up there. Alright, so I'm going to do four hops. I'm gonna do bushes for you also. Redberry bush. Redberry bush. That's 10. Cadavaberry is level 22. I'm level 17. So I might be ready to do that by the time this video completes. But you basically do that the same way that when you have the level for it, you can use that seed. Same thing when we do the trees. The trees won't be ready for this video because that takes a long time to grow. I'll probably do a follow-up video tomorrow. Where I'm showing you another round, but we'll see if you need it. If somebody needs it, just post in the comments, and I'll post something. So all right, so hops. Alright, so where am I post? Alright, so Lumbridge, McGrubor, Wood, so Lumbridge, McGrubor, Wood, and I'm trying to, let me start in Alright, so Yanil. This is why it is so important to unlock the lodestones. I mentioned that in a second video, how important that was. We've been using that in almost every video. So you see, I'm getting quest requirements. I can do the Illinois hops now. I can raise rabbits in the animal farm. I just showed you that, and I showed you that in Ardougne. I'm going to exchange the tulip pecan. This is why you need to put everything in the tulip pecan so that you have a set of everything available. Alright, so I'm going to take out one ultra compost. I'm going to rake the hops patch. I will use the ultra compost on the hops patch, and then I will use the barley on the hops patch, and then I will water the barley. Alright, so that's done. Optionally, there is a bank nearby, and there's a wheat patch there. If you need wheat to make flour, this one and and then into the bank, deposit the weeds, deposit the empty bucket, deposit my remaining barley seeds, and then the rest of the stuff I'll keep with me. Alright, what's next? I have Lumbridge next. So Lumbridge is here. I did prepare notes ahead of time. That's what I'm referring to in this video. So uh, because there are so many patches, it gets hard to remember. So you're welcome to take notes from this video. I'll try to uh, post my notes in the description below so that you know where to go. We'll see how much space there is because that something as complex as farming. There's so many things to do that that description area can fill up really quick. So I have here the barley spot that I planted earlier. I did this intentionally. I set all of the stuff up for you before I started the video so that you'd more easily see what I'm doing. Uh, so I'm harvesting the barley. Again, you can note these. And you can see I use the leprechaun in almost every spot. Once you develop the system the way that the skill works best for you, your way may be a little bit different than the way I'm doing it, but the whole point is to have a way that works for you. So I harvested the barley. I just composted the hops patch. Now I'm going to use Hammerstone seed on the hops patch. And okay, now I'm going to water the Hammerstone hops. Alright, and I'm going to use the barley on Leprechaun. He will note it for me. And then I'm all set. Alright, I'll wait for this to go. I'll move on to the next patch. What do I have next? Sears. McGrubor's Wood. Alright, so Sears. Sears Village, and then that's McGrubor's Wood. So the north side of McGrubor's Wood. Here's the Leprechaun. Exchange. Pick up another compost. Whether you want the normal one, the super, or the ultra, it's up to you. I'm using the ultra at this moment because I want these to grow quickly, less chance of disease or death. Because I want to put together as the best possible guide for you, the viewer, so that you have a good handle on how to do the skill. Alright, so I used the ultra compost on the patch after I harvested the Hammerstone. Please note that I planted the Hammerstone earlier so that you can see what it looks like all grown. The weeds grow quickly again, so you have to be ready to plant the seeds. Happened to me a few times already. So now I'm going to use the Ardougne seed on the hops patch. Okay, and I just got another level. I'm 18. I'm going to use the Hammerstone on the two Leprechaun. It will note them for me. Alright, and then now I'm gonna go to the next spot. Let me see. What did I do next? The next spot I'm gonna go now to Entrana. There is now you get to see Entrana. I didn't show it to you previously in the series. So here are the monks. I can travel. Right click on them and travel. The cutscene. The ship arrives in Entrana. And then here's the getting off the dock. And the farming patch is to the west, south of the sandbox. Sometimes this tree cover gets in the way, but anyways, here's the leprechaun. I'm gonna pick up another ultra compost. Alright, and I planted these Asgarnian ops earlier so that you can see what they look like planted, already grown. So here we go. I'm gonna harvest the Asgarnian ops. And you can use these hops with cooking. You can make brews. You're gonna see some of the brews I'm gonna make. I'm gonna I'm gonna make a barrel in the house when I do construction. Alright, so super compost the patch. I'm gonna grow jute seed. Alright, and then I'm gonna use the guardian on the leprechaun. That will note. Alright, next. Okay, so I did the 4 hops patches that I have 10 to show you. Uh, there is another allotment patch in Canifis, but I need to do the quest for that. I haven't started doing quests yet on this account, so maybe after we're doing quests, you'll see where the other patch is. You can also see it on your map. If you go over to Canifis, here's a farming patch here. But you need a quest to get past the temple. And then it won't let you teleport there either until you do that quest. So, so that's one we can't get to. All right, not for this video. Let's see. All right, so the next one I'm going to show you bushes. All right, so the first bushes I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you the empty plot, the plot that I left empty. So that's in Varrock. Alright, so Varrock, and there actually happens to be a bank here. For some reason I didn't see this before. Let me see, does the chest work? Alright, so we can't use this until some future point. So no loss there. Anyways, this is the Champions Guild. Alright, and then south of the Champions Guild here is the bush patch, which I'm raking. And then I should have got the ultra compost out first, but because sometimes the weeds grow quickly. Alright, so use the ultra compost on the bush patch, and then use the Redberry seed on the bush patch. Alright, so now the bush patch does not have a water option, so Now I just let it grow. Alright, so there's two other, let's see, I'm going to show you Remington and I'm going to show you Ardougne. Alright, so let's do Remington first. So Remington is to the west of Port Sarim. It is actually right next to the house portal, so when we start construction, then if you exit your house, you will end up at the house portal outside. The house portal outside, then you can, yeah, then you can get to the bush patch more quickly. And here is a completed Redberry bush that I had planted earlier. So you have the option to check health. Trees will be the same way. When you first plant it, it looks like a little stick in the ground. And then when you come back much later, it'll either be a dead tree because it's diseased while it was growing, or it'll be fully grown. It'll look like this oak tree, but it'll be in a patch. That's your private tree that you can chop. Nobody else can chop your tree. They may have their own tree there. You'll see them chopping, but they're chopping their tree. So you have your own personal tree in your spot that you can chop. Right. So I'm gonna check health. I got 64 experience for checking health. Pick from Redberry bush. Now something that you like about the bush is, okay, now inspect. There's no more berries, but I can leave the bush there and come back later on the next farming round, and it'll be 4 more red berries there. I do not have to replant that again. Same thing with the trees. I do not have to replant them again. I can chop. When I chop it down, there'll be a stump in your patch, and then it'll regrow. But if I want to switch it, I can right click on it, right click on the bush and clear. So if I right click on it and clear, yes, I want to clear it for new crops. Okay, now my patch is empty. I can go to the leprechaun, get my next compost, use the compost on the patch, use another redberry seed because I need 22 to do Cadavaberry bush, so I will just replace it with the redberry. I got the experience for replanting that. And then, so there we go, I can note the redberries. And then the last patch that I'm going to do for you is south of Ardougne, the last bush patch. Then I will do I will start the 5 tree patches for you in this video. Looks like we are running about an hour for this video. So you can understand, if I did not have these patches ready for you ahead of time, this might be a 3-hour video. So I did my best to shorten this for you. Farming is a lot of running around at the start, but after a while, if you do for example, the Ardougne achievements, there are achievements. So if you do the ones for Ardougne, and you get the Ardougne cape, and then the cape has an option to teleport to this location, so that saves a lot of time. So you do get teleports, you do get faster travel options as you progress in the game. So I just checked health. I got the farming experience for checking health. I'm gonna pick from the bush. I just got another level. I got experience for picking from the bush. I can do Tarromin now. So, and then I can note that. Let me do this before I get to the trees. Let me go back to Catherby so that you can see the first patch that we did. And as you can see, actually, the original potatoes are ready to harvest, and the marigolds are ready to harvest. The Guam herbs take a little bit longer. So the good news about the lower level seeds is that by the time you make it to all the other plots, and if you use ultra compost, that these grow a lot faster. So I wanted to show you that the first spot was ready. By the way, if I try to open the compost bin early, I believe the vegetation hasn't finished rotting it. So you have to wait a while for the compost, the super compost, or the ultra compost, whichever one you're making, for it to be ready. I'm gonna re-top off my watering can. I'm gonna deposit the rest of this stuff into the bank and leave out my watering can and saplings. And then I will conclude this video by starting the trees so that you can see how to do trees. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that there was a faster way to do things. So if you have, I meant to put these hops into here. Sorry about that. The seeds are out. So my barley and my Asgarnian and my Hammerstone. Barley, Hammerstone, Asgarnian. Alright, so I have all my produce in here that I just harvested. Alright, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to do the trees for you before I wrap up. Alright, so my first tree spot is in Lumbridge, north of the lodestone. One fast way to train farming is to do trees. Trees have a when you check health of the tree, it grants a lot of experience. So doing trees, and actually if you do fruit trees also, but let's see, you can do fruit trees also when you just check your fruit trees. I need 27 to plant the apple trees, so I cannot yet show you fruit trees, but when you get the level for it, if you do trees and fruit trees, you get a lot of experience for checking health, just like you get experience for checking health of the bush. You get experience for checking health of the tree too, and the tree gives a lot of experience, so you can very quickly get farming levels doing that. Right, so and you can also do the animal farm I showed you in Ardougne that helps speed it up also. So as I said, it could be the fastest, it could be the slowest, depending on how you do it. But, anyways, I just composted the tree spot. I used the plant pot. I used the oak sapling on the tree patch. I got an empty pot, and then I can use the plant pot on the farming spot and refill it. It will not let me water the tree, so I'm going to go ahead and put this watering can back in. Alright, so I now have 4 buckets of ultra compost and 4 oak saplings. So my next spot that I'm going to show, the next tree spot is in Verret Castle Courtyard. So Verret Castle Courtyard is north of the lodestone inside the castle, in the courtyard, in front of the castle. You can see here on the mini map, it's here in front of the castle, off to the east side. and rake the tree patch, and then use the compost, whichever of the three varieties you want, on the tree patch. Use the oak sapling on the composted tree patch, and then you can use the plant pot on the farming patch to refill the dirt. So your plant pot is ready for next time, and that one's already started to grow. The next spot is in Falador Park. Alright, so Falador Park is inside Falador to the east by the north wall. Go in a little bit of a ways and then a little bit south. And then here is the tree patch. So I'm going to rake this. And then when that's done raking, I'm going to use the ultra compost on the tree patch. And then I'm going to use the oak sapling on the tree patch. And then I'm going to use the plant pat on the tree patch. And I'll have my full pot plant. And then the next spot is Taverley. So Taverley is south of Berthoud. So the Taverley spot north of the lodestone. You actually have a house portal here. You can put your house in Taverley, move it there, and then you'll be right next to the tree patch if you like. There's also a bank near here. Alright, so I'm now going to ultra compost the tree patch, and then I'm going to put the oak sapling in, and then I'm going to refill. And then, okay, now the last spot is in the Trino village. I have to see, I believe I'm able to get on there as a new player, so Eagles Peak. South. After you complete the Gnome Grand Tree quest, and then you have some teleport options to get in here faster. I'm gonna see if I can get him. I used to be able to. Right, hello there. Hi. Can you help me lift these boxes? Okay then. Okay, thanks, traveler. Thanks again. Alright, so you have to help her lift the boxes, and then you're allowed to get them. So that's how you become a friend of the gnomes at the beginning. And that's how you're allowed in. Alright, so the tree patch is here. You can rake that. And then you can use the ultra compost on the tree patch. And then you can, okay, the weeds glue, so you have to be mindful of that. And then use the oak sapling on the tree patch. And then use the plant pat on the tree patch. Now I'm ready for next time. I can have 5 more saplings ready to go, and I can dig up those trees after I check their health, and then I can replant new trees. So, alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude this video. We're over an hour already. Hope you found the farming guide helpful. Basically, we just When the trees grow, you check the health. You can chop them down, dig up the roots. You can sell the roots. People buy the roots because they're used for other things. Uh, you can check the health of the bushes, and then you can pick the berries off the bushes and dig those up and replant them for experience. You have hops. You have fruit trees. When you get that level, you have allotments, flowers, and herbs. So then you have a couple of special items. Uh, you can do cactus at 55. Bitter cat mushrooms. There's other things that you can do. So, so if you look in here, you got allotments, hops, fruit trees, bushes. Flowers are the ones that are in the center of the allotments. Herbs are by the allotments also. Then you can do animals are that option in Ardougne. I showed you the player-owned animal farm. And then you can do some farming and engineering. So if you need any guidance, please leave a comment below. Remember to subscribe, notification bell, so that when I post updates, you can get answers to your question. I hope this was helpful. Take care.